Hi there, it's Saturday, it's day 6 of week 14 of 52 weeks of vlogging, and today is Science Day. We're going to talk about why electricity tastes like metal. And we're going to do it with the help of Steve Spangler's energy stick. Basically, in this here energy stick, we have some batteries at one end, we have some wires connecting to the batteries coming out a hole in this plastic tube with some metal tape around them. We have a wire going through the metal tube and coming out the other end, also with metal tape around it. And so those two wires are connected to the batteries. There are some lights in between that are also connected, and all that's missing is something to close the circuit. And when you put one hand on one end like this, and one hand on the other end like this, you complete the circuit. Well, what is a complete circuit anyway, and what is electricity? Electricity is basically the flow of electrons through a medium. In this case, wires and also you. For an electric circuit to be complete and for electricity to be able to do its job, you need, as in the name, a circuit. That is a continuous flow from one end of the battery to the other through which the electrons can freely move. When there's nothing touching the tape, or the tape is touching something that doesn't easily allow the flow of electrons, like paper or fabric or the air or a piece of cardboard, nothing happens. But if you take something that is conductive, like say these two metal knives that I'm holding pressed against each other with a piece of paper, it's weak, probably because the knives are just touching each other, but we definitely have some electric current going on. But what's this got to do with the taste of electrons or electricity? Well, the kids and I were goofing off with this thing earlier, and I held one end, they held the other end, and then we held hands, thus completing the circuit. And then I said, hey, what would happen if I stuck out my tongue and you touched my tongue? Touch the tongue. Ugh! Not only did it work, but I got a weird metal taste on my tongue, as if I had licked foil or had filled my mouth with foil. And that's what happened when I touched the kidlets' tongues too. Stick out your tongue. What's it taste like?
Metal.
Ta-da! And there you have it. Since electricity is the flow of electrons through a medium, and when the medium is your finger and my tongue, what I taste is metal, electricity tastes like metal. It turns out that electricity and taste actually have a lot to do with each other. A number of experiments have been done recently to do with electricity, the flow of electricity and electrons, and taste. Most notably, an experiment was showcased in Austin in which a very low charge of electricity was applied to food, namely cheese and soft drinks like lemonade, and they found that it actually made the food taste slightly more salty. So one day it's not inconceivable that instead of saying pass the salt, we might be saying plug me in. Now, before you go trying to replicate this experiment or taste electricity on your own at home, it's important to remember that the amount of current, in other words the voltage, from a couple button batteries is a lot smaller than the voltage from a larger battery, or more importantly, the electricity in your house. Because of the voltage that the electricity running through your house carries, trying to taste that electricity could kill you. And then you wouldn't know what electricity tastes like because you'd be dead. And that would be bad. Don't try to taste the electricity that runs through your house. If you want to try to taste electricity, use a stick like the one I used, or set up a similar circuit using a couple pieces of copper wire and a small battery with a voltage of about 1.5 or less. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos and want to see more, you can subscribe at youtube.com/user/IshtaVlogs. You can also find me on Twitter and Facebook and on my blog, links in the description. I'll see you tomorrow.